Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm Martin Wenzel. We are at Sao Tomé International Airport in Sao Tomé Island, Sao Tomé and Príncipe. And we're going to be flying today to Libreville International Airport in Libreville, Gabon. I'll be using Aerosoft's Bombardier CRJ700 with the I'll be using Aerosoft's Bombardier CRJ700 with the Air Botswana livery created by Hebrew. This is not a real flight. There are no real flights between these two airports, and I wanted to get a flight in with the CRJ. It's a short flight. Botswana's a livery I wanted to fly with. It was that or Mango Air. I wanted to do a Côte d'Ivoire, but the Côte d'Ivoire liveries just don't work. So we're going to be using Pack X for the passengers, Volanta for tracking, Bene overlay for the overlays, navigraphs, and pushback helper. Alright, I haven't flown this plane too much, so it's going to be probably a longer process getting this started up again. Just remembering how to do it. So let's get going. Cockpit preparation. Parking brake is set, and we actually do have a few checklists we can go with. I have a checklist printed out I'm going to follow and see how that goes. So parking brake is set. Parking brake's down here actually. Landing gear is down. EFB is on. Performance page. Set packs, cargo, and fuel. I actually already did that. So it should be right. There's different ways you can do it. It doesn't like it if I do it like this. Ground power cart, optional. So we can do it all through here, actually. So we got our... yeah, I think if it says connected, that means it's connected. We'll open the passenger door. And the stairs are up right now. Let's go outside the plane. We can see that. Oh, they're down. If I do that, and there they go up. Oh, well, they're not up because the door is open. The door is the stairs. We want to have, obviously, the railings so the passengers can come on. We'll have the service door, forward cargo. We'll have everything open. As plane gets loaded. Unfortunately, there's no animation for the ground stuff here at this airport. Alright, we're in a cold, dark state. So let's get the battery switch on. I have to remember where my camera settings are. Alright, battery switch on. I believe it's going to be master. AC switch if ground power cart connected. On. Oops. Gen switches all three to auto. So 1, 2, and 3, they're all auto right there. Nav lights on. Logo lights on. Lead valve is set to auto. Right there. ISOL switch is open. APU power fuel switch on. Let's see, where is that? APU power fuel switch on. There we go. And APU start stop. Start. IRS both set to nav. That's gonna be down.
Ground Botswana 222 requesting pushback.
I don't want to push back yet.
Salt Dome Ground Botswana 222, no pushback tug is available to answer your request.
So nav. And actually, you're going to want to use a scroll wheel. They don't work. You can't actually click it. There you go. We got both sets of nav. Alright, let's get to our FMS. Oh, there we go. Position init page. Put in our first airport, Foxtrot. We can actually do it over here. Foxtrot, Papa, Sierra Tango. There. Gate, don't need that. And we just go right here. Copy, paste. Go to our flight plan page. Origin is Foxtrot, Papa Sierra Tango. And our destination is Foxtrot Oscar Oscar Lima. Alternate is Foxtrot Oscar Oscar Golf. Double checking that, yep. Our route, we can actually, I think, import a route. We only have one waypoint today. So our runway, we're not sure yet. And our route, we're going to Copub. And then we'll get a star or just a direct into the runway. Oops, not that one. Copub. There we go. Copub. Yeah? There we go. I think that's what we want to do. All right. Performance init page. We'll go back to flight plan. Looks like direct. We'll check that as we go. Set data manually or use the EFB performance page to set cruising altitude. So we can put all this in manually. So today, we'll just do it through the performance page. We already set the payload in simulator. Copy the perform it data to initiate data to the FMS. There it is. Cruising altitude today is going to be 23,000. Flight level 230. Okay, we actually put 23,000. There we go. All right, let's start Pack X up. So the passengers can get on board. And we'll give 40 minutes for our flight. 66 passengers. That's the max that Pack X allows in configuration they have. No boarding music or custom safety brief today. We'll do we'll have Wi-Fi. And we'll do snacks and drinks. Maybe we'll have enough time for that. All right, VNAV set up. Check numbers, set transition altitudes. So transition altitude 4,000, it actually pulls it right from, I believe this plane does actually pull the transition altitude information automatically. Really cool. Let's just check it. Yep, 4,000. We can go next page. Cruise. Descent. And I'm not sure why it says flight level 3-1. That might be 3,100 feet. Let's check that. Sounds about right for our destination. Pick any of the charts. Yep, 3,100 feet. Okay, so everything's in there right. Let's execute. MFD menu. That's, we can choose what we want to see on here. Right there. We want the high nav aids, ETA. We can set it for each side independently. I want to put VNAV on. And we'll go back to that if we need any more. That's pretty good.
Be sure to make sure all large carry-on items are in the overhead bins and your small items are underneath the seat in front of you.
Alright, let's resume our cockpit presentation. Preparation. Hydraulic pumps, 1. It's kind of hard to see the numbers, so we'll go right there.
Please double check that all your
1,
items are put away so that the
3B,
aisle
and
is
2 are
cleared
set to
and other
auto.
passengers can make their way to their seats. If you're in an emergency exit row, please read the exit seat
3A is set to on.
card in the seat back in front of you. If
Packs
you're not
left
able
and
to
right.
comply with these actions, please let a flight attendant know so that way you can be reseated. Now's the time to get out any last-minute text messages if you need to, but we ask that
on.
once we depart from the gate, you put away any laptops or tablets.
It's a
Thank you, and welcome aboard.
recirc fan switch. I'm having such a hard time saying words. Is on. Windshield heating, left hand and right hand. Well, that's the anti-ice. Windshield heating right here. It's going to be low. Emergency lights armed. Just down here. Seatbelt sign on. No smoking sign. Auto. Anti-skid switch arm.
We are ready to go when you are.
Wow, they're already all on board. Okay. Anti-skid. Oh, anti-skid's down there.
222. Our flight time will be roughly 40 minutes. Please note the cabin door is now closed. We ask that you make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your larger devices are now shut down and stowed. If you have not already,
engine sync
please fasten your
switch
seatbelt and verify it is low and tight across your lap.
is
Your
set to
seatbelt must be in the full
N1.
upright and locked position for departure.
Spoilers,
Cabin
ground
crew,
lift
prepare
dump
doors for departure,
switch
cross-check, verify straps, and stand by for all calls.
is set to auto. Thrust reverser switches, left hand, right hand are armed. DCAS as required. Backup comm, standby. Stab trim and mock trim on. Oh. Yaw damper is on. We can actually check right here. We have no reds now. Oh, we do have red. Passenger door. We can close the passenger door now.
Passengers are aboard.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the captain and crew, welcome aboard this flight.
And CRJ, the Aerosoft CRJ actually has announcements and everything too, so we're gonna have PAC-X and them fighting. Probably don't need to run PAC-X when we're doing with the CRJs. Alright. Sorry I'm taking so long, but it's kind of plane I'm not used to yet. 100%. Alright, we should get our ATC clearance now. Don't need a pushback. Do need IFR clearance.
Ground Botswana 222 ready to copy IFR clearance to Libreville.
Botswana 222 is cleared to Libreville Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 29er climb and maintain 11,000 feet. Departure frequency is 126.5 squawk 077 tree.
Botswana 222 cleared to Libreville Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 29er climb and maintain 11,000 feet. Departure on 126.5 squawk 077 tree.
Botswana 222 readback is correct. Contact ground on 118.9er when ready to taxi.
In our squawk code in. Okay, it doesn't look like this one can switch. For some reason. We want 773. Alright. And Already got our comm in there. We'll have to remember our nav stuff if we have to do a VOR. Okay. We got that. We can actually turn on get our lighting on a little bit. Because we are going to be flying in as the light is going, or as the sun is going down. Okay. We're taking off runway 29. Initial climb is 11,000. You see the pink numbers down here. That's what we're looking at. All right, passenger signs on. Fuel boost pumps left and right on. Fuel boost pumps. That's what I'm looking at. Left and right on. ATC clearance, pushback. Yeah, we are ready for pushback actually. So let's. I'm a little concerned because it says APU is available. Does that mean it's using APU? I always get confused, and then when I start pushback, we disconnect from the engine, it all goes off. But I don't see. It says it's available, so I guess it uses it. There's nothing. No, there's switches. Yeah, APU is open, so it should be running. All right, so we're gonna put on our beacon light right there, and we're gonna get a pushback. We're gonna remove our chocks and open up pushback helper. Actually, don't really need a pushback. We can just spin this around right in here, I think, is what we'll do. So we're going to start the engines. Engine 2, start. When N2 gets to 20%, we need to get the thrust lever to idle. We're going to click this little red tab and push it forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the flight attendants for a safety demonstration. When the seatbelt light is fastened, please make sure that your seatbelts are fastened low and tight across your lap. To fasten, insert the metal fittings into one another and tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap. To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle. Please adjust the seat will fasten throughout the entire flight as you may experience unexpected turbulence. Please take a few moments to now locate one of the several emergency exits on this aircraft. In some cases, your nearest exit may be behind you. In case of an emergency and we need to evacuate the aircraft, there is lighting on the floor that will guide you towards it. In the event of a decompression, an oxygen mask will drop in front of you. To start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards
You can hear them competing. Let's turn off cabin announcements.
Tighten the straps if necessary and breathe calmly. Although the bag does not inflate, oxygen is flowing to the mask. If you're traveling with a child or someone who requires assistance, secure your mask on first and then
They're already going.
keep your mask on until a member of the crew is by the side of you.
Competing safety briefs.
The life vest is located in a pouch under the seat or between the armrests. When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove the vest.
Oh, that's funny. Alright, let's start engine 1.
Pull the strap to tight. To inflate the vest, pull firmly on the red cord only when exiting the aircraft. If it doesn't inflate automatically, you may blow into the mouthpiece for manual inflation.
We'll bring that up so we can see that. Looking at the N2.
make sure to exit the aircraft as soon as possible and leave your belongings. Please securely stow your personal items. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened and seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors located in the lavatories is prohibited by law. All of this information and more can be found in the safety card located in the seat back in front of you. We suggest reading this and letting a cabin member know if you have any questions. Thank you for flying with us again, and we hope you enjoy your flight.
And these two will go away once the left engine is started. And let's go back to performance page. We need to get our V1, V-rotate, and we can actually, we could type those in. I think we can go right here. Yeah, we could do it like that. Or we can just set all, and there we go. Our V1 is 133, rotate 133, V2 142. Did we get a... Got no ATIS. Let me just check my light plan. We'll get the QNH in there. And it's saying it is 1013. I'm not sure if there's a way to change that right here. I think there is. There we go. 1013. Okay. Sorry I'm taking so long, but it's not a... I'm not 100% familiar with this plane. All right, probes left hand and right hand are on. Probes, there it is. On. Anti-ice has required taxi lights on. APU start stop. Power fuel switch off. Landing elevation set. I want to say that's... Oh yeah, we actually have to change that. So let me get to the correct page. Landing elevation. Forget how to adjust these pages. I can't remember how to change these pages. Oh, landing elevation right there. Our landing elevation is our takeoff airport. Our elevation is... Back to a chart here. Probably also on the flight plan. But we'll just get a chart. You are. We'll do between 16 and 30. Let's pull this out. Go to our landing elevation. We'll do 20. Alright, flaps set. Gonna be about 8 degrees usually. Yeah, we had it at 8. Flaps are gonna be 8. AP altitude and runway heading set. Altimeter, V speed set, trims set for takeoff. So our trim is right there, 7.1. I believe we get it in our performance page. It says 6.7. We just have to roll it back to 6.7. There we go. Nose wheel steering is armed. Oh, that's gonna be over right there. Okay. So now we can taxi. So let's get our taxi clearance.
South Home Ground Botswana 222 ready to taxi IFR.
Botswana 222 taxi to and hold short of runway 29er using taxiway. Contact tower on 118.9er when ready. taxi to and hold short runway 29er via taxiway Botswana 222.
Very easy plane to taxi. Turns nice. And this is payware. Very good plane, so everything works the way it should. Obviously, I don't know how everything should work, so I've screwed things up. But yeah, it's a really cool plane. I really want to fly this more. I think what I'm going to try to do is... these world tour videos are going to be, I think I'm going to do these videos as published videos, edited and everything. And I'm going to do some like live flights. When we do live streams, we'll be getting in the CRJ, I think, a lot more. But there'll be a mix, we'll see. 'Cause I enjoy getting in this plane. Now it's a learning curve, learning how it works. We're gonna have to do a double back. We're gonna turn on our strobe light. Not sure how we get this to not be standby when we need to set it. I always have trouble with that, and setting to standard for our barometer. Those are two things I have a little bit of trouble with, among others.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has advised that we are now cleared for takeoff. Please notice the cabin lights have been turned off, as this is a normal procedure for a nighttime takeoff.
Sato Tower, Botswana 222 at runway 29 are ready for departure IFR to Libreville.
Botswana 222 QNH, 29er.9er, 2 wind 246 at 21. Cleared for takeoff runway 29er.
Cleared for takeoff runway 29er, Botswana 222.
Alright, landing lights on. Strobe lights on, beacon light. Beacon light on. Fuel X-Flow auto override. Oops. Set to manual. Transponder set and on. Now here's my question. How do I do that? Yeah, how do I set to... It says standby. How do I get it off standby? That's my question. I never... We don't have a checklist in here that can help with that. Well, we'll see what happens. Alright, beacon, logo, taxi lights are on, transponder, TCAS as required, we did that, anti-ice, autopilot heading and altitude, check, set. Then AP source set to FMS. FMS1 right there, I believe nav source, we do it. VOR. Alright. CAS, check no warning, no warnings. Flight directors. I think I already had the flight directors on. It might be this button too. Oh, that's takeoff. ATC clearance as required. Already got it. Alright. Let's go. Little sloppy takeoff there.
Responded 222, contact Libreville Center on 126.5. 126.5 Botswana 222. Libreville Center, Botswana 222 is passing 1,200 feet, climbing 11,000 feet.
Botswana 222, Libreville Center, QNH 29.9, tree continue as planned.
Autopilot really wants to get back exactly on that line.
On your larger portable electronic devices. This is also a reminder to please keep your seatbelt fastened while you're seated and do not congregate in the galleys or near the lavatory. This aircraft is equipped with onboard Wi-Fi. If you wish to connect to the Wi-Fi, you'll be directed to a page to pay a small fee for internet access. We do offer complimentary in-flight TV thanks to our partners. Connect to the Wi-Fi and you'll be able to access our wide range of free live TVs, State Movies Library.
Libreville Center, Botswana, 222. Request flight level 270.
Oh, we're only going to go 230.
Botswana 222, climb and maintain 11,000 feet. Expect flight level 270.
Climb and maintain 11,000 feet. Expect flight level 270, Botswana 222.
Botswana 222, climb and maintain flight level 210.
Climb and maintain flight level 210, Botswana 222.
Let's request a decrease there, 4,000 feet, because we only want to be at 23,000 for our flight.
Libreville Center, Botswana, 222. Request flight level 230.
Botswana 222, climb and maintain flight level 210. Expect flight level 230.
Climb and maintain flight level 210. Expect flight level 230, Botswana 222.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now serving sandwiches.
I don't know how to get the TCAS on. It says TCAS off. Yeah, I don't know how we turn things on like that. Oh, okay, here's our different windows for stuff. Electrical. That's where our stuff is. Gonna turn off our seatbelt signs. I'll have them at auto.
Off the fasten seatbelt sign. You can now get up and move about the cabin. However, we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened when you see unexpected visitors.
Flight level 230, Botswana 222.
comfort and flight service. Please let us know if there's anything we can do to make your flight more enjoyable, and we will try our best to do so.
We're going a little too fast here. Have to remember we have to do manual to keep it at about 320, 300, 320 is where we want to be. That's our over speed because we are at our altitude and there is no auto thrust, so we have to adjust that. Right, our airport elevation is going to be about 40 feet, so that elevation that we have will be sufficient. We have our landing elevation at 20. We could bump that up to 40, but we'll just keep it at 20. Split the difference there. I'm just putting in the VOR. I'm going to put that in nav 2. And then in nav 1, I'm going to put the ILS for runway 16 right now. We're going to descend to 9,000 feet. A little bit early. We don't really need to start descent until about 33 nautical miles. 10 miles plus... oh, never mind. Yeah, 3 times 23,000. Yeah, so we're right now we should be doing our ascent. I didn't do the math right. We want to do 3 nautical miles for every 1,000 feet you're up also. So it would be about 69,000 plus 10. So we are just where we need to be, actually a little late. Let's start our descent.
Please expedite your descent 9,000 feet.
Descend about 2,000 feet per minute. Pull back on the throttle.
To assist with customs at our destination, flight attendants will begin handing out forms momentarily. Please review and complete these forms to keep them with you for presentation upon arrival. Ladies and gentlemen, the seatbelt sign is now turned on, so it's time to return to your seat and fasten your seatbelt.
Turn on this lighting because it's a little dark over here.
Box 122 to your 59 miles west. Descend and maintain 5,000 feet. Expect 4 DME Yankee runway 16 approach by Lima Victor transition. Clear to Lima Victor.
Descend and maintain 5,000 feet. Expect VOR DME Yankee runway 16 approach via Lima Victor transition. Clear to Lima Victor Botswana 222.
VOR Yankee runway 16, approach Lima Victor, that's the VOR. And pull up that chart. I'm gonna put that in the computer. Put it in the computer first, and then we'll pull up the chart on NavGraphs for you guys. So, approach VOR 16 Yankee. LV 1 and a 2. Oh, that's fun. Let's do LV1. Execute. Okay, 5,313 nautical miles. That's kind of weird. So you want to see, pull up NavGraphs, figure this out. I'll change our approach. Our approach is going to be runway VOR. And we can go over here, See the approach right there. Chart up. We can get our minimums here. We want MDA. Our minimum is going to be 520. Not seeing them coming up though. So here we could actually change our nav source to the VOR. We'll keep it on the FMS for now. I'm actually going to go back into our radio and switch nav 1 to 112.1, the VOR. Course. Here's a situation where I'm not 100% sure how to do the VOR. Oh, there we go. VOR 2. Course 87. I want course 156. Landing lights on.
We have begun our final descent into your destination. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of you. Please complete all Wi-Fi related tasks and stow any larger electronics.
A little bit worried about how to do this because I don't even think this is actually on anything, this nav source.
Botswana 222, contact Libreville approach on 118.7.
118.7 Botswana 222. Libreville approach Botswana 222 is passing 6,400 feet, descending 5,000 feet.
Botswana 222 Libreville approach QNH 29.88, continue to Lima Victor as planned.
Okay, so barometer is 2988. Oops. There we go. Got Libreville in front of us, and should start seeing the airport. Once we get to the airport, we're going to make a turn 336 degrees, and then getting down to 2,000 feet. And then we'll make another turn for 156, and we should be on course. And we'll go by our navigation there. We'll switch this to VOR navigation, then we'll be able to read off of that. Right, so we'll turn that all the way down. Oh. See if we need anything else from this page. Not really. Trying to find if I have some more lights. I feel like there should be some lighting here available, or up here. Is there a way to zoom in on this? There we go, range.
Botswana 222 to you are 6 miles west of Libreville. Contact Libreville Tower on 118.7 when inbound.
Tower on 118.7 Botswana 222. Libreville Tower, Botswana 2225 miles west inbound for DND Yankee runway 16 approach.
Botswana 222 Libreville Tower. QNH 29.88 with 213 and 12. Cleared
VOR, DME Yankee runway 16 approach.
Clear VOR, DME Yankee runway 16 approach Botswana 222.
Let's see if it automatically goes on this loop. Doesn't seem like it is. Because we have discontinuities. That's why. That's why. Alright, well, we're just going to do this manually then. Get our heading. 336. Alright, it looks like we have the flight computer in properly now. But I'm going to go just a little bit further so we can get down to 2,000 and get our speed in a good spot too. Sometimes I think I do too many night landings in this plane where it's impossible to see and I have so many things to do. And then you kind of can't see where you're flying. Alright, so we can actually go to nav. It should turn us
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to land. Please notice the cabin lights have been turned off, as this is a normal procedure for a nighttime landing.
It'll turn us to where we need to be. And once we get to 5.4 miles out from VOR, we'll begin our 3-degree descent. Yeah, problem is it was trying to get on that line, I think, the FMS. So we're going to do heading, and then we'll, once we're kind of lined up, so it doesn't make such a sharp turn.
Sync rate. Sync rate, 1,000.
Oh, we got two's low on speed here.
Sync rate.
Oh, wasn't paying attention there. Be careful with that. Yeah, it's a much more manual plane, so we almost sank right there out of the sky. Okay, we need to go nav now. See the runway right there. And once we are at 5.4, begin our descent. Flaps 1, landing gear down.
Botswana 222, wind 213 at 12. Cleared to land runway 16.
Try to take this in manually. Plane just kind of wants to float.
Clear to land runway 16 Botswana 222.
Almost every time I come in with a landing on this thing, I can't get it to who I want. Look at that moon over there. There we go. I think now we're fine. Where we need to be. See, I always start descending way too fast. It's always a problem I have on my approaches. You pull back on the throttle and they just starts sinking out of the sky, dropping like a rock. If you put a little bit more throttle, then it floats away on you. Very much all about the
Sync rate 400, Too low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain.
300.
Sink rate.
200.
Sink rate.
100.
Sink rate.
50. 40. 30.
Too low.
20.
Flaps.
10.
Yeah, it'd definitely be better if I was doing a day landing just in this plane. So many different things I have to think about. And it'd be easier to see the turnoffs.
Turn next taxiway.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our destination. The local time is 7:09 p.m. and it's currently about 26 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices.
That actually might be the sun going down over there, not the moon rising. Oh, we do have a taxiway right here.
Caution when opening the overhead bins, as items may have shifted during the flight. If this is your final destination, we thank you for flying with us. If you're making a connection, we encourage you to check your itinerary to ensure a smooth continuation of your journey.
Botswana 222, turn next
That's a dead end.
Botswana 222, contact ground on 118.7.
Oh, this is a sloppy flight. This is what happens when I'm in a plane I'm not 100% familiar with. I have trouble landing a lot. So as I said, we're going to have to do a lot more CRJ flights. Get used to this plane.
Libreville ground, Botswana 222, request taxi to the gate.
Botswana 222, taxi to gate 8 using taxiway cross runway 34.
Taxiing to gate 8 via taxiway cross runway 34, Botswana 222.
Okay, parking brake set. Get the APU started. Spoilers retract. Actually, I don't think we set those. Not that I'm sure. Taxi light on, landing lights off. And shut off the throttles. Wish there was a way to see in here. There we go. Okay, seatbelt signs off. Fuel boost pumps off. Beacon off. Strobe off. Nose wheel steering off. Get our wheel chocks in place. Passenger door.
Ladies and gentlemen, the door is open. Please make your way to the exit and please make sure you have all your personal items and carry-on luggage.
Alright, passengers are deboarding. Alright, we're here in Volanta. We're going to review our flight. First person here today. Okay flight, landing rate a little heavy, a little fast. Fuel burn just under 1,500 kilograms. Flight time 40 minutes. 78 passengers, 133 for our landing speed. Yeah, pretty good flight overall. Alright, we have our world map open. And we can tick off Gabon. Actually, we don't need to tick off Gabon. Gabon's already cleared. So next flight we will be flying from here to, I believe, I want to say Benin. Yeah, we're going to be flying to Benin, which is going to be this one. And we're going to end the flight for Pac X. 255 feet per minute for landing rate. Yep, that was a quick flight. Alright. Thanks for coming along in this flight from Sao Tomé to Gabon. Like I said, next flight will be Gabon to Benin. And it will be, not sure what livery we'll be using, because again, we're struggling to get the right liveries and everything. Please like the video, share it, comment below. Remember to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. And until next time, keep the blue side up, happy flying, and take care.